Hi, in this video I'll go exactly over how we run the warm ads, and I actually do mean exactly. As you can see right here, this video will simply be of pure content, and I also have 4 other videos that I am going to share with you. Now, what are warm ads exactly? Warm ads are ads that are being shown to people that already want to work with you, like you, and trust you. Now, what most realtors are doing are cold ads. And what cold ads are literally the opposite of warm ads. So we are having our ads being shown in front of the people that don't want to work with us, don't trust us, and don't like us. So which one of these do you think is going to get better results? Obviously, the warm ads. Now, the best thing about the warm ads is that you'll only get high quality leads. And right now, the biggest problem with ads is the lead quality. All of our realtors say that before they worked with us, they only got low quality leads and high amount of leads. So for example, they got like 10 a day and not even one of them was high quality lead. And that's why they thought the ads were a scam. And the reason why I think this is because you are not targeting your ideal client. And in order to target the ideal client, you must run warm ads. And that's the only way. Now, we need to understand our value ladder. As you can see, this is what most realtors are doing. So they don't have a lower offer. They don't even have the second lower offer. They just have the main service, which is selling homes. And nobody would ever go for this realtor because they are being targeted so much. Like if I scroll on my feed two times, I'll see plenty of realtors trying to sell me this value ladder. And these are the ads that our viewers are also seeing. So you need to be different. Again, this is a huge problem. And the reason why is because people don't trust you enough to give you their whole house to sell it. Even if you might have the best results and the best reviews and testimonials, this will still apply for you. And there will be a bit level of uncertainty on whether to go with you for the realtor or not. And it makes sense. If I scroll a few times again on my feed, I see multiple realtors pop up trying to sell my house. So in our viewer size, will be just one of those, which is the last thing that we need. Instead, what we need is something like this. As you can see, the first lower offer, it could be something like a free value. So for example, if we run the warm ads, we'll give free tips on how to sell their house, or free tips on how to maximize its potential, its value, and how to make it look as best as possible, or how to stage it, and so on. The second lower offer is the warm app, which is just a guide that or an ebook that will be able to give our leads once they subscribe to our landing page, and then selling the home, which is the main service. And the reason why it's better is because we already have the past and because you've already proven that you can do what you say you can do. So for the first lower offer, it's really easy for them to say yes, especially when it is free. And for the second one, again, it's really simple to say yes. However, be sure that the guide is actually good. Don't hold anything back, because if it is not that good, they won't go ahead and work with you. And what if I told you that you can make this value ladder even better? As you can see, this is the value ladder that we have. So we have 3 lower offers and then the main service. However, what we do is to combine the second lower offer and the third one together. So the first lower offer that we have is the free value. So what we do is to have some tips on how to sell their house, or like rather a challenge on exactly what you need to do to sell your house in 30 days. The second lower offer is the warm up, the guide. The third lower offers is what we call free appointments to totally sell your house. So what this means is that we'll go again on free appointments with them every single week to help them implement the guide for free. And then main service, which is selling the house. And all we do again is to combine the third and the second lower offer together. So it'll be us scheduling appointments with our leads for free, helping them implement the guide. And this way it'll build even more trust than what it already has. Now, let's talk about creating your offer. As you can see, this is the formula that we'll be using. This is not mine, this is Alex or Moses. So as you can see, it says a dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement divided by time delay times effort and sacrifice. So the dream outcome is obviously selling the house. Perceived likelihood of achievement is either guaranteed or plus reviews and testimonials. Time delay, for example, how long it will be. For example, it can be 30 days. Effort and sacrifice, nothing on the part. And combining all of these, will make our offer be this. We'll have homeowners sell the home in 30 days guaranteed with nothing on the part. They just sit back and enjoy the ride. Now, let's craft the story. Now, why do you need a story? The reason why is because it's way easier to remember key things and it is way more influential as well. And as an example, the key concept is the importance of hydration. Jack was a hiker who often felt exhausting during his treks. One day, an experienced hiker named Sam joined him. Sam noticed Jack wasn't drinking much water and shared his secret. Imagine your body is a car. Without enough fuel, it can't run smoothly. Water is your body's fuel. From then on, Jack drank plenty of water and found his hikes much easier and much more enjoyable. He never forgot Sam's simple but powerful lesson. Now, this is what we are going to do. And the reason why is because, again, it's way more influential. It will build more trust, and also it can resonate if we do correctly with our viewers, so that way we can increase the conversion percentages. Now, how do we craft the story? The key is to make it like the person's story is the same as our potential lead. They watched the ad and took action. So the first thing they need to do is to respond to these questions. The first one is, what did your clients do to sell the house before you worked with them? And as an example, it could be posting their house on Zillow or Realtor.com. And what are you doing that is different from other realtors, and what changed after you worked with them? So an example, it could be you have the best marketing in their area, promoting their houses all on social media. So for example, it could be ads on Facebook, ads on Instagram, ads on YouTube, ads on TikTok, everywhere. However, by making sure that it is free for them. Second step is to craft the story. The first thing you need to do is to talk about your past clients, and this is exactly when these two come into play. So an example, it could be they tried the traditional routes of selling the house. They posted the house on Zillow and Realtor.com, hosted open houses, and dealt with endless questions. Now you enter with your story, and this is when they found us. Again, be sure to let them know that this person was a viewer of the ad that took action. So that way, it'll again increase the conversion percentages. As an example, they were amazed by our promise of selling the house in 30 days without any stress. The moment they decided to work with us, we started working. We took the best pictures, highlighting the best features and charm of their house. Then we ran targeted advertisements on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and more, all free for them. Then say what happened after you worked together. Within hours, the listing was seen by hundreds of potential buyers. The buzz was incredible. People were genuinely interested in serious buyers started lining up for viewings. Now you need to introduce your law offer as an example, and we gave them our warm up to follow, which we used to sell their house. Then you need to tell them what happened in the end. As an example, in just 27 days, John and Sarah received multiple offers all about asking price. They were thrilled and couldn't believe how easy the process had been. No waste of time, just results. Now we need to introduce the best part. And as an example, and the best part, they got to enjoy the journey without the usual stress of seeing the house. They simply clicked on learn more button and we took care of everything else. So as you can see in the story, we'll simply had the offer, but like a story. So it is really simple, but really powerful, and you need to add it in your ads. Now let's create the best warm ads to get your ideal clients. The first step that you need to do is to define your ideal client. What frustrates your clients the most, and what are they looking for in a realtor? So you need to answer these questions. The first one is, what's the biggest problem your most ideal client has? As an example, it could be finding a qualified buyer, or even if there are going to be repairs required on the inspections. Then you need to fix them. You need to send them only qualified buyers that have engaged and want to buy a house. And you also need to think of every single possible repair that you need to do before the inspection to also increase your client's home's value. And you can easily find qualifying buyers through running warm ads for buyers, which it will be linked to tomorrow's video. And you need to specify these fixed problems in your warm ads. And we like to do them in the testimonials, which I'm going to share in just a second. And then what frustrates your ideal client the most? An example, it could be some complaint of lack of communication from the previous agent, or even buyers who ask for repairs and upgrades that should not be asked for. Again, you need to fix those pain problems and then specify them in the testimonials. What are the top 3 things that frustrate your perfect client on a daily basis? Is it doing what they don't want to do? Is it people, circumstances, or even chores? As an example, it could be lack of professionalism, not having timelines for the process, or even lack of communication. Again, fix those pain problems and mention them in the testimonials. And the last one, what does your ideal client want more than anything else? Is he working with a professional to have a stress-free transaction, or even an agent who has great references and reviews online? Fix those pain problems and be sure to mention them in the warm testimonials. And the second step is to have a house worth as much as your ideal client's house. So for example, if your ideal client's house is worth $1 million, you cannot share a house worth $900,000. It needs to be on point $1 million. If it is not, then the whole ad will break, because you won't get your ideal client. You will simply get people that thought they could get a better deal out of you, and it's horrible. The third step is to have organic creatives, and this means to not do what the market is doing. And what they do is to have a professional camera and record the ad in a studio, office, or their house. We want to stand out, but we also want to make it look like a reel. That's when organic creatives come into play. So what exactly are organic creatives? Organic creatives are how we record the ads. What we like to do is to make it seem like it's a vlog. And as an example, our realtors go through the neighborhood and then they record themselves walking while recording the script. And after that, they will be like, here, I've just arrived to the house. Here's the type of houses that we sell. Again, the purpose is to be different and stand out, and also make it seem like a reel, so people stay on the line for longer, giving us better results overall. The first step is to make the script plus the structure for the ads for followers on Instagram. Firstly, we need to know our structure. As you can see, this is the structure for the ads for followers, and this is the one for the warm ads. As you can see, these two are the same thing. However, for the call to action, it's a bit different. For the ads for followers, we have obviously a follow call to action, but for the warm ads, we have a lot more call to action. And what this means is that for the ads for followers, we try to get only followers, and then for the warm ads, we try to get conversions. So you need to remember that each follower is a lead that hasn't been targeted, and for that reason, we must stay in contact with them. We need to like their posts, comment on them, like their stories and comment on them, and also give them a DM and have a conversation there as well. Why? Because they'll stay top of mind doing that. So once they think of a realtor, they instinctively think of you. And the reason why is because you'll be like a friend to them at that point. And it is way easier to sell a friend than it is selling a stranger that has no idea who you are. Right? Now let's make the script. As you can see, this is the script. We have our audience. So for example, hey, your city homeowners. So again, as an example, hey, Tampa homeowners. Hey, New York homeowners, or so on. Want to sell your home in 30 days without you actually selling it? Now we give our offer. Hi, my name is your name, and I've personally your accomplishments. So for example, it could be I've helped over 100 families sell their house in 30 days. Or I've helped over 100 families sell their house in the last year, or whatever your accomplishments are. And actually, don't make it like want to sell your house in 30 days. Make it 60 days, because we'll have 30 days in the warm ads. But I'll get into that in just a second. Now, because accomplishment that you are really proud of, for example, you could be like, because I've helped over 100 families move last year, I've decided to create a free warm app on how to sell your house in 60 days. A to Z, this is not one of those click below and get a free ebook. No, this is real. And this is going to help you sell a house in 60 days. Guaranteed. Don't believe me? Here's a testimonial. I'll get into in just a second how to create it. Now, if you're looking to sell your house in 60 days as well, go on our Instagram, give us a follow so we can help you one-on-one through DMs, and check our warm app through our content. This is really simple but highly effective. And this is the ask for followers script, mind you. And what you need to do is to test different hooks, different call to actions, different testimonials, etc. So for example, it could be, hey Tampa homeowners, don't sell your house before watching this. This is a different hook. You need to test it, see which one performs better and why it does. That's really important. And then try to maximize the amount of potential that your ads can get. And the reason why we have Instagram is because it's way easier to keep in touch with our potential conversions. We can like their post, we can see the story, you can comment on them, we can give them a DM. Overall, it's way easier than YouTube. The fifth step is to engage with our leads. Again, we need to like their posts and comment on them. We need to like their stories and comment on them. We need to help them to one-on-one DMs and so on. We need to keep a conversation going to make them a friend. The sixth step is to create a warm ads. And going by the same structure, as you can see right here, here's how we do it. So, hey, your city homeowners, what if I told you you can sell your house in the first date, so 60 days, divided by 2. So example, it could be 30 days. So, hey, Tampa homeowners, what if I told you you can sell your home in 30 days? Hi, my name is your name, for example, John Stevens, and I've personally. Now you need to add other accomplishments that you have, but you didn't mention in the ask for followers, right? Just a second, right here. Now, if you're like me, you're probably thinking, how can you possibly sell in 1 month? Well, that's very simple. Nowadays, you simply cannot sell your house the old methods. Well, you can, but it's going to be a headache. People will or won't, and now you need to import the pain points in order to make it hard for them, to make them be way more inclined on working with us. For example, people won't show up to appointments on time. Or people won't show up at all. That could be another example. You need to be different, and we are different. Then you import the story that we've just made. So, and you need to introduce it like meet Sarah and John for that story. So if you're looking to sell your house in 30 days and receive the same warm-up that they used, click on learn more and let us whatever your fixed pain points are now. So for example, let us handle everything. We'll sit back and enjoy the ride. And for a minute time, I'll be able to the third lower offer. So in our case, it could be, just a second to go right here, it could be, and for a minute time, I'll be able to help you implement the guide for free, and you don't need to sign up anything. Or don't, and struggle to sell it for no reason. The choice is yours. And this is what we call twisting the knife. So make it seem like it's way harder than it actually is. Again, it's really simple but highly effective. And again, you need to test the hook, testimonial, story, call to action, and more. And right now, I'm going to apply how you can create the testimonials that you need for your warm ads. And firstly, why should you even have testimonials at all? And the reason we have them is because it will build social proof and they will see that we know their pain, which makes us be way more trustable in their eyes, and they can see our past results, and as well as, again, it'll build a lot of trust. And the improved way to have testimonials is by having them in the ask for followers as well. So all we do now for the ask for followers is to simply have like a normal ad, however, change the call to action and make it like a follower call to action. So for example, it'll be like, if you want to see more tips like this, click on the button below and go to the Instagram, and then you can see some more tips right there for free. And if you're looking to get more content like that, follow us. That would be an example. And that way, we get less people interested, but way higher conversion percentages and way higher high quality rates. So in our eyes, it's way better like that, because for example, we get like 30 a month, and so one every single day, and one of them will convert like every day. Obviously, if we have the scalable capability. So the first step is to determine your ideal client, and the more dialed in it is, the better the results you'll get. So for example, if you don't know anything about your ideal client, you'll get way lower results and way worse results than someone that knows them, because that way you'll speak directly to them and they'll be a lot more likely to follow you and eventually become a conversion. And the second step is that you need to know what the biggest pain is or what frustrates them the most. So for example, you will be like some complaint of lack of communication from the previous agent. So you need to fix that and have it in your testimonials and be like, he communicated with us like every single day, and what we like to do is to have like a bad thing and then a good thing, so that way you build trust. So what we do is to make them say, he not only communicated with me the bad things but also the good things. Another example is the open communication, and another one would be like they want everything on their schedule. Now what we need to do is to fix those problems and let them know that we acknowledge those problems and that we fix them for more of our past clients, and we'll be like, here are their testimonials, so you can see that we are real. Now obviously you can tell them yourself that you will be different from other realtors, but having your clients say it will always remain better than you say it. And the reason why is because it builds a lot more trust having a past client say the good things about you than saying it yourself, because you can make everything up yourself, right? And the main point that we try to do is to tell them how we sold their home, so exactly how we did it, when we sold it, in how many amount of days, and what has our client gone through. Now here's an example of a script. As you can see, we have, hey, this is your client's name. So for example, it could be Sarah. And I want to tell you guys that this is your name. So for example, it would be John, but be sure that you have the last name as well. So John, I don't know, like Stevens. And the reason why is because there are many other Johns. So they could be like, all right, he just copied another realtor's testimonial. But if you have the last name as well, you'll be way better. And then we told them that it's amazing. Then we fixed the first problem. So for example, he had great communication. Again, he not only communicated with me the bad things, but also the good things. Then we tell them, I love how he, I don't know, you need to elaborate more on it, is the second pain point. They need to fix it. The third one, he was really professional. For example, it could be this. He did everything himself. He was really stress-free, and I loved working with him. This is another example, another fixed pain point. Then we have the last part. And in the end, since our house was sold in how many days he got us their home sold in. So for example, it would be 30 days. And actually, don't say 30 days. Have like 29 days, 28 days, 27 days. Because that way it'll seem more real. And then we have them be like, since our house was worth this much, like $2 million, we never expected them to sell our house in 27 days. So by doing this, you'll be better in our viewers' eyes, the ones that see our ads. Then you ask them if they recommend you. So they will be like, most of the clients will be like, I really recommend you guys to work with, again, your first name as well as your last name, so the full name. He is the best and he's the most professional agent here. And for the professional, you'll have something that they really want. So for example, it could be professional again. Then you need to send this after you've completed everything to your clients and have them recorded. And after you receive it, you need to add it in your Ask for Followers, and then you have it. It's really simple, right? I hope they enjoyed that. Now, I'm going to play how to pre-sell leads and how we actually pre-sell leads. How to create the Go High Level calendar and how to pre-sell leads. So the first thing that you need to do is to create a Go High Level account, and by doing that you need to search on Google Go High Level. And it will be the first link right here. You can have like 14 days free trial, or with a creator account or a creator affiliate link, you can get 30 days for free. After you've made one, you need to create an account. So it basically asks you like your details, so your business name, your email, phone number, city, postal code, zip code, state, and so on. And after you've made it, you need to go to automations. And then create an automation. So for example, I'm going to create a new workflow. Then you click on start from scratch, and then let's name it appointment. And what you need to do is, after we've made the workflow, is to go on Zapier. Again, you can have like 14 days free trial or 7 days free trial. Then you need to click here on create new Zap. Then add the trigger. It will be Calendly, or your Google Calendar, but in this case we use Calendly. So just a second to go here to apps, then Calendly. Then what you need to do is to go right here on event and then click on invite created. Continue, select your account, trigger, and test to see if it actually works. Then as an action, you need to go here to apps, then scroll down until you see lead connector, because that's the Goha level. That's how it is called. Then event, add lead to campaign, then continue, then you sign in, and then go to action and then test. And be sure to add the right workflow and the right account. Then after you've done this, it will automatically be updated, and so by doing this, it is way easier for us to not create the Goha level calendar because it takes a while to do so. We can obviously do that as well, but I recommend you just stick like this because it's way easier and it's less complicated. Then what you need to do is to have an SMS, and it will be like, hey, then you go right here to contact and first name. This is our confirmation for the appointment. Then save action. Then we have a wait, so that way it will seem human. You will have like 2 minutes. And obviously we'll have the advanced window. We'll select all of these and we'll have like between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. because we don't want to ask them if they seen the videos at like 1 a.m. because nobody will do that. Save action. Then you will have again an SMS. Also, here is a playlist of exactly how we'll get your house sold in your offer. So for example, it could be 30 days. And then you just import the playlist. Then save action. Then you have a wait time of about like 5 hours. Again, advanced window, Sunday and Thursday, Sunday and Saturday, sorry. Then SMS, hey, contact first name, I just want to follow up with you to see if you reviewed the playlist. Save action. Then what we like to do is to have a wait, again 5 hours, Sunday and Saturday, save action. So what we like to do actually is to have a wait time, and then we click right here and then event appointment, and then we'll have like one. So it depends on your calendar. If you go on calendar, you can set how long they can schedule in the future. So you have 3 days. So we'll have like your appointment starts in 1 day, for example. Then we click on save. It will be like an SMS. Hey, contact first name. Our appointment starts. Just a second, I didn't type it right. Appointment starts tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. Alright, save action. Then we'll have a wait time for this SMS. So what we like to do is to go right here on wait time and actually go and click on contact reply, and then go ahead and click the latest and the second latest, and then have a timeout of about 5 hours. And then what we like to do is to go right here on if else and then go on yes, then contact replied, intent type is positive. So basically if they said like sure, yes, of course, it's really great, or stuff like that, then click on send SMS, and then we type in glad to hear that, let me know what you thought about it. Alright, then one more thing that I would like to do is to go right here and add branch no, then contact replied intent type is negative, so if they said no, I haven't, or stuff like that, go ahead with the SMS. Alright, but can you tell me when to follow up with you to see if you reviewed it? Alright, save action, and or if they didn't respond at all, we'll send an SMS. Hey, contact first name. Just wanted to be sure you watched it, since it would explain our appointment tomorrow. If you don't see it, you'll understand it worse. Alright, then I have like this. Again, wait for about 5 hours. Reply to SMS. Timeout, actually 2 hours. We'll have again if else. Actually, what we can do is to simply copy this, copy all actions, and then copy here. So if they did reply, it will be like, just want to make sure, yes I did, what do you think? No. Can you tell me want to follow up with you? Or they didn't. No problem if you didn't, but I'd like you to see it. Save action. Then what we do is to go right here on wait, reply to contact reply, then SMS, be sure that it's the latest one, then 3 hours. Save action, and then go ahead with the call. Right, so this is basically it, what we do, and be sure that it's not minutes, it is in hours. And then simply we need to follow up with this person. So again, wait, reply to SMS, 2 hours, SMS, did you review it? Alright, then wait for contact reply to SMS. Then we have like 3 hours. Save action, then if else, then they did reply. Alright, contact reply, replied true. Alright, then notification. Then we'll have SMS to user. Alright, then contact full name, replied. Or if they didn't reply, we'll give them a call. So this is the system, and then what we like to do is to copy this thing and then paste it right there. So copy all actions, copy here. Then all of these will have like 1 hour follow-up reminder actually. So we'll have wait, appointment, 1 hour. Actually, what we like to do is to have 53 minutes. So that way it'll be human, right? So we'll have save action, then SMS. Hey, contact first name. Our appointment starts in 53 minutes. Please confirm your presence save action, and then copy all actions, copy here. So this is the structure and the follow-up for the automation, for the appointment, sorry. Now I'm going to play how you can build the thank you pages, landing pages, and the actual forms to get the most amount of leads. How to actually convert leads with landing pages and forms and thank you pages. Now, the first thing you need to do is to make your offer clear and be sure that you use the same offer as you did in your warm ad. So firstly, in the headline, you'll be like, for example, get a 1 out of 10 unlimited free homes until you sell your house. So that is the offer and also will be the headline in your landing page. And you need to add a video in your landing page and as well as a thank you page for 2 reasons. The first one is that it builds a human connection with our viewer, so it'll feel like there are 2 people talking to each other. Then we get a chance to tell our viewers what to do next, which is to click on the button and respond to the questions in the form. It boosts our trust with our viewers because they see the same person that they've seen before. Because if you use the warm ads, we firstly have the free value. Then we need to add some details right next to the video, which will include some urgency and why they need to work with us. I'll make a separate video on how to do the whole thing, by the way. Then for the form, you do not ask questions like this. What's your name? What's your email? What's your phone number? What's your something? And the reason why it's horrible to ask questions like this is simply because it'll feel like an interview and it will lower our submission percentages. Instead, what you need to do is to have them like this. My name is, and then you need to let them complete it. Instead, what we need to do is to have them like this. My name is, then you need to let them complete the answer. My phone number is, my email is, my, my house is in the location X. And the reason why we do this is because it'll feel like 2 people talking to each other and it'll boost our submission percentages. And then we don't want to add more than 2 qualifying questions. The ones that we like to add are, I like to sell my house in, and they have a drop down with as soon as possible, 1 to 2 months, 2 to 4 months, or 6 or more months. Then, depending on your preferences, you can make them be disqualified if they respond with something. So for example, if they import 6 or more months, they'll be disqualified and won't be able to respond to the next question. Then the second question is, I think my house is worth, and then they need to complete with how much they think the home is valued. And if they respond to anything below the median home price, they will be disqualified, and again, they won't be able to respond to next questions. But if they click on, I don't know, it'll automatically redirect them to another landing page in which they have a free home evaluation. And then in the form, we'll ask them, would you like to sell your house? And if they respond with no, they will be instantly disqualified and they won't be able to respond to next questions. And the reason why we don't add more than 2 qualifying questions is because we haven't built that report that we need to build in order for us to ask them more. So after some time and after we call them and talk to them, we'll be able to ask them some more qualifying questions and truly determine whether or not they are high quality lead or a low quality lead. And by testing, we've seen that it brings us worse results if we add 3, 4, or even more questions. And after they submit the form, they will be sent to the thank you page. And once they are on that page, they will receive a thank you video. And on that video, they'll simply be told what's going to happen next. So for example, they receive a phone call and text message within 5 minutes. So they need to answer both of those. And by doing testings, we've seen that we get like 20 to 30% better results if we add the thank you video and we tell them what's going to happen next. So that way they will expect us to reach out to them. So they will respond to us. Also, what we like to do is to have an urgency as the headline. So for example, it could be like, your spot has been saved but temporarily, and then have a thank you video summarized right next to it. So in case they don't want to watch it, they can just read it. And after that, they'll go to the new sequence automation, which again, I'll make a separate video about. And lastly, now I'm going to tell you how to convert seller leads. About how to 1000x your shop percentages. Now, why should you even listen to me? Well, on average, I book 56 appointments for each realtor that we work with, and 85% of those people that schedule appointments actually show up. Now, how we do this is by implementing the golden follow-up system for our realtors. Now, why should they even follow up at all? Well, between work, family, and their mortgage, people oftentimes forget about their doctor appointments, their taxes, and even their in-laws. And by following up with them, you are communicating that you are a real and genuine person. And by following up on the message, you also reinforce why they sign up in the first place, and you are connecting the dots between their goals and your solution. And if you are not genuine with your follow-up, your potential customers will know and go elsewhere. And when you follow up consistently with an honest desire to connect with real-life people, they will notice and they are appreciative. And by following up, you also are expressing the confidence you have in your ability to fix their problem. And by fixing that, you can elevate their pains and move them towards their goal. Then, when should you even stop? You need to stop following up when they say to stop following up. No sooner and no later. Just because they ignored your text doesn't mean that they hate you. You aren't spamming, you are following up with them because they actually signed up for this. But you need to keep in mind that people are super busy and life almost always gets in the way. But they provided the information and become only for a reason. You need to keep reaching out until the prospect tells you that they are no longer interested in your offer. Now, when do you even follow up? New leads need to be followed up with immediately. So the longer you take, the less they will care. The sooner you'll call, the more they'll connect the dots between your call and the offer they sign up for and decide to schedule and come in. And if they don't pick up, leave a voicemail and call them once every other day for a week. Then once a week for a month, and then once a month until they say stop calling. Now, the best practices are these ones. The first one is to be the solution. When you call these leads, remember that you are offering a solution to a major problem that they have and that you are responding based on an action that the lead took. You're doing them a favor and they will appreciate the continued follow-up if you do it nicely and professionally. The second one, you need to make it personal. You need to have a dedicated person or a team follow-upping with those leads and establishing a personal connection. Then you need to send personalized texts and be professional and caring, not cold and corporate. And the third one, a lead is a lead. Every lead has taken an action showing that they are interested, right? If you don't get a hold of them this month, try again the next month. Because every person with the pain and suffering that you treat is a potential client. Every person with the pain and suffering that you treat is a potential client, whether they sign up for this month or next year. The problem doesn't get fixed without your help. Now then, let's get into the golden follow-up systems. Now, this should be opted out of the system as soon as the appointment has been scheduled on your calendar. Now, the first day, you'll give them a call, and if they don't respond the first try, call them again, which is the double dial, and then leave a voicemail and a text or an email. Then you need to use multiple points of contacts over multiple channels. So for example, you need to call them and text them and also email them or send them a text on Messenger. Then timing is everything. Your first contact, text, email, and call should be within 5 to 10 minutes of receiving the lead. Then if the person became a lead in the morning, you need to follow up with them again in the afternoon. So what you need to do is the first thing is to call them, and if they don't pick up in the first try, you need to call them again, which is again the double dial, and then give them a text. Then you need to also follow up with them in the evening. So what you need to do is to give them a call, again doesn't respond, call again, double dial. Here is an example of what we do. So the first day, this is an example, in about 1 minute after they become a lead, so that way it seems human, we ask them if this is their first name, this is your name, by the way. So for example, hey, is this John? This is Bogdan, by the way. Then after 4 minutes, we give them a call, and if they respond, we'll tell them about you and how you can sell their home fast, and also make sure that they have received the lower offer or the lower offers. But if they don't respond, we'll double dial them, and once again, if they didn't respond, we'll send them a voicemail saying why you called them, who called them, and telling them more about you, and also telling them that they are going to receive a link in the text that includes how we do it and everything to those questions, which is just a YouTube video that you need to record. And if they did respond, we'll tell them about you, how you can sell their home fast, and also make sure that they receive the lower offer or offers. Then we'll give more details about your lower offer and ask them if they received it. And if they do respond, we'll send them a calendar link to schedule the appointment setting call, which is a 5 minutes phone call with you whenever they are available, but no longer than 2 days maximum. So they won't be able to reschedule in 3 days from now. Then if they didn't schedule a call, we'll follow up with them with a text and as well as a call. But if they didn't respond, we'll ask them if they reached the right person. And if you did reach the right person, we'll ask them what do they think of the lower offer. And if they like it, we'll again do the same thing, which is to send them a calendar link to schedule the appointment setting call. But if they didn't respond, we'll call them 4 more times during the afternoon and in the evening. So the process, and then we'll keep following up with them. Then the second day will be to call them, once again a double dial, then to give them a voicemail and as well as a text or an email. This was in the morning. We'll do one in the evening, so we'll again give them a call, a double dial. And the third day, we'll give them a call, double dial, leave a voicemail and a text and or an email. Then again, this was in the morning. In the evening, again, we'll give them a call, which is the double dial. Then in the fourth day, which is in the morning, we'll give them a call, double dial, then we'll leave a voicemail and as well as a text and or an email. Then in the evening, again, we'll call them, which is a double dial. Fifth day, in the morning, we'll call them, which is a double dial, and as well leave a voicemail. Then in the 8th day, we'll do the same thing, the 14th day, we'll do the same thing, and the 30th day, the same thing. Now about the appointment reminder process. We schedule appointments within 2 to 4 days of contacting the lead. Don't schedule them any further because the shop rate will decrease. And then we need to keep the momentum. Right after they schedule the appointment, we'll give them a confirmation on email and as well as a text. Then usually 1 day before their appointment, we'll give them a confirmation call so they can confirm their presence and as well as a voicemail and a text and an email. And then on the day of the appointment, we'll give them a text and an email. And if they don't show up or they cancel, we'll continue with the golden follow-up systems. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button and see you next time. Goodbye.